Welcome back to another Yap Sesh to sleep to. I've been, the heck? It doesn't let me browse more. Oh, okay, there you go. There's some more. I've been playing this one. This one's pretty fun. Um, it's not like I don't play it a lot. Like I don't, I totally don't load up this game like in my spare time. Totally. But no, I've just been hanging out. A little like life update. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to journal, like a video journal. Today's March 31st. Yeah, today's March 31st. Last time, it's been a minute since I made one of these Yap sessions. I don't know. It's not that I've been that busy. It's just that I kind of, I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't know what I would talk about. But I kind of just want to start off by saying I've been getting a lot more in touch with God and stuff. Like, mm, I've been going to my brother-in-law. Well, he's not really my brother-in-law because I'm not married yet to my girlfriend, but my girlfriend's brother offered to uh, host like a Bible club for us. Oh, I did not think I was gonna. Oh, okay. He offered to host a Bible club for us, and that was really cool. So I was like, hell yeah, or not hell yeah, but of course, like I definitely pull up to that. So like every week on Tuesday we meet and we have these designated readings where we're like, okay, we have to read these chapters, and then we're gonna ask questions, and we're gonna do like a group prayer, and it's just a really nice thing that I've been kind of looking forward to these weeks. It's kind of been something that I dig. Oh, I just got clicked there. But yeah, I've been getting really in tune with religion, my faith. You know, recently I went on this camping trip with the same dude, but I don't know, I'm going all over the place. The point is that I'm just talking, and literally just like speaking whatever. Yeah. So that. What else have I been doing? My mom is out of town because my grandpa is kind of not doing okay. Well, that's the understatement of the century. My grandpa is dying, so that's kind of a bummer. But these things kind of just happen, and I felt like it was his time, but I didn't really feel like he was gonna pass yet. I just thought, well, he's having another like episode of like I don't know. My mom has been going on and off to Mexico for the past like 2 years, and it's not like she wants to, but I end up being left with my brother and my dad, and my dad's not the most present figure, and I know it's not really his fault. He's is not that great at expressing himself, but it's hard to. I don't know. The house feels a lot more lonely without her around. So she's been out, but this past week she was out because she was at a conference somewhere in Southern California for this like I don't know. It's like a school thing. It was for a meet. It isn't like a PTA thing, but it definitely wasn't like for no reason, you know. So she's been out, but as soon she one day before she was supposed to come back, she got news that my grandpa was he had an episode, is what I think the term would be, where like he's not doing great. Oh my god, that guy just ran into me. Uh, where he's not doing great. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna go straight from here to Mexico. I'm gonna go see him in the hospital. And we were like, that's cool. I was like, it happens. He gets sick. You know, it's not like it's not like this is an unfamiliar thing, because I mean this has happened before. So we were like, okay. I haven't seen my grandpa in a while. It's been maybe a year and a half since I last saw him, because, well, I don't know. I've just been really busy. I've been doing school. I got my own girlfriend and everything. You know, she's been kind of a big figure in my life. So, you know, I've been trying to stay here. I have a job, um, and that requires helping somebody. That requires being so like available, and I can't just go whenever I want. So you know, last time when they went, no, I didn't skip out on a Mexico trip. No, I think I did. Last time my brother and my mom went to Mexico, I couldn't go because I was busy with school and work. I'm pretty sure, but that was a while ago. My brother hasn't gone to Mexico since, and I mean, last time I went, I feel like I got to see a good bit of everyone, and it was really nice. But you know, my grandpa was he was not as there as you know you'd like for somebody of his age to be, because it was kind of like a somber reminder that he is not he's not exactly getting sharper. It's more so that he's you know, you don't like to be reminded that somebody might be on the decline mentally. And it was still nice to see him. I try to talk to him as much as I can, and there was a lot of repetition in what he was saying. But I was still there. I was still trying to hear him out, and it was still really nice. So it's not like I didn't enjoy the company. It's just I haven't seen him in a while, and you know, since we live so far away from them, I just don't feel as connected as I think I should have growing up. He shares a name with me. He's my tocayo, which means like same name, and that's like a nice little sentiment. I've always it's always been what he's called me, his tocayo, which is also really sweet. And apparently, when I was a kid, I used to walk the steps. He has tiles in his house, and there's a decently long tile hallway that my mom says that I used to love walking with him, or like I would follow his literal footsteps. I don't exactly remember. It's not a very vivid memory. It's supposed to be from when I was like give or take maybe 6 years old. My first my second birthday was spent over there, but I can't remember a single detail about it. We moved to Washington when I was pretty young, and that is like really far away from Mexico, Washington State. So we didn't like visit too often. We visited like on winter break when you had more time. That was when like best opportunities, like, oh, you have 2 weeks, go make the most of them, you know. And that's what we did. We made the most of them, and it was really nice whenever we did visit. Everyone over there is like really awesome. I love my family over there, but you know, as we grow old and we change, sometimes you just can't help but feel like a little different, and it's a little bit of a funk because you can't get over. Well, I had a lot of problems with how I felt interacting, not because I didn't feel. I just felt like I wasn't. Um, it's not like I wasn't accepted, but it just felt awkward. I was just like, I'm a poser, if that makes sense. I don't know why, but I felt like an imposter, like I didn't belong. But I know I'm positive that everyone accepted me, but it was just something that I couldn't shake. That's why I don't feel like I'm feeling as much as I should about my grandpa. I mainly feel like sad for my mom. My mom is the one who's like really gonna be affected by this, and I mean it's just gonna hurt to see. That's what I'm mainly concerned about. That the power ups go away. That is kind of something that's affecting me right now. I didn't know if I wanted to kind of journal in this entry. I mean, it doesn't matter if I do. I'm still talking. It's still all monotone too, so it's not like you're missing out on anything huge because I'm not like changing intonation or getting a different sort of delivery feel. I'm not putting on I'm not putting on a voice. It's all in the same tone. So there's not really much to be missed out. I can say kind of whatever. I could start talking about a dream I had. My dog. I had a dream about my dog coming back to life, and like my family couldn't see him. I had a dog die recently. He was my favorite dog. He's been with me for he's been with my family for 7 years. When we moved to this house isn't in a great neighborhood, but it's not in it's not in a poor, like a super awful neighborhood. It's just not in the best neighborhood. So we had one of my bikes get stolen at one time, and my dad was like, "That's it. We gotta get a dog to like watch the house, make sure nobody gets into the yard and steal stuff." So we did get a dog, one that was kind of trained by one of his friends. He was already like he was already like 5 months old when we got him here. So he was kind of young, but he was still like a grown dog, kind of. He was fully grown in the sense that he physically was as big as he was gonna get, I think. Or if not, he only had like 2 more months to mature. And then from there, he was just gonna get like more muscular. But yeah, that dog was with us for a while. And at first, he was kind of just the guardian, but we were like, oh, he's really nice and he's really sweet and you know, he likes being around us. And we conditioned him not to lick us, but I kind of wish that he was conditioned to be able to show his love a little more, because I know that he had a lot of love for us. And I just wish that, he was able to express it more often. I know that it kind of sucked because he always felt, I feel like maybe early on he felt a little distant. He didn't want to interact with us too much. But he paired well with the dog we already had, which was this little like Chihuahua mix with something else. He was like a little bigger than a Chihuahua, but he was super smart. That dog too. They made a really good pairing because we've had that dog since I was like, we had the dog since I was like 11, and the dog ended up dying when I was around no, not 13, 17. So the dog was around for 6 years. And those two dogs met each other when I was 14. And now we had that dog from when I was 14 to now I'm 20. So 6 years. And those two kind of held a special place in my heart. They were presences. No. I really liked having them around the house. Wait. No, don't show any funky business. Oh my goodness. Oh my glob. Okay. Okay. YouTube playlists. Let's look for another game. I was getting kind of bored of that one. Those dogs have a special place in my heart, and now both of them are gone. I had to end up digging his grave, and that was like just awful. I didn't enjoy a single second of that, and I was running out of breath with snot and tears getting all over my glasses. What else? My dog died. My grandpa's on the. He's gonna die very soon. My mom's out of town. I've been getting more in touch with my faith. I've been getting back on my school stuff. I don't have that many classes to get back on, but I've had a little bit of a struggle to get on my stuff. But yeah, we're here. We're still alive. Hold on, I gotta text my girlfriend. She's texting good night. Okay. You know, it's just been kind of intense. There's been a lot going on lately. And, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I feel about all of it. About my dog, I mourned him for a while, and I still miss him. We have another dog that really misses him too. 'Cause when the dog that we had, well, you know, his best friend, I don't think I mentioned it, but we had that dog until I was about 17. I said that, I didn't say that he died, but he did die. He ended up running into the street and getting hit by a car. After he died, we got him a new friend after like 2 months. And, um, he ended up, well, he's still here. You know, he's a very happy dog, very energetic dog. And I just, kind of hurts seeing him be all like alone and stuff. But I mean, I feel like that's kind of just how it happens sometimes. I was trying to find meaning of it in the sense of like, why would God do this? Or why would God let this happen? Yeah, you know, it's just, I didn't get it. No, the E wasn't there. um, there's an E. What could this be? RDE. Hmm. 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 No, there's no E. I mean, there's no U. Um, hmm. And it can't be bride because all these are in the wrong spots. So it could be like, hmm. The R isn't in the right spot either, so it can't be DR. So it could be like DE. Uh, hmm. Dorn? That's not a word. Hmm. I have no idea what this could be. Can't be reward. REWARD. That's 6. Hmm. Mm. Can't be dream either. Oh my god. I have no idea what this could be. T R H. Raced? Oh, the E's right there. Okay. So the D's not here or here, and the R's not there or there. Which leads me to believe that the D is in the middle. But the D could also be at the first or the second. And the R could be at the end. More likely than not, the R is at the end. And there's no A. Could be like do. Do. I have no idea. And it's not dodge because there's an R in it. Could it be diner? Oh, okay, okay. That helps. So we know where the E and the R is. But we don't know where the D is. There's no wow. Okay. It can't be boner because there's no N. So that's. Can't be flower. I just. Can't be fodder. Can't be wiser. It has to be the O. There's no other vowels. Well, there's the Y, but it's not a real vowel. That's like a vowel that's a vowel when it wants to be. Let's see. Still a D. And it's not in the middle. So it could be like O D. No, I have no idea what it could be. Doyer? It's not a real word. Doser? I keep trying. Oh my god, I just blew another one. I didn't know that was a word, actually. Hold on, I gotta text my girlfriend. Maybe this will give me like some inspiration or something. No, I have no idea. There's no O in it. Wow. So it has to be a Y. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. I need a hint. I need a hint bad. Flyer. Oh, okay. So at least you know there's an L in it. It's not in the middle. There's no Y either. What the hell? What could it possibly be? A E I O U. Oh my god, it's Elder. I'm so fucking stupid. Okay. There's nothing. So, okay, that gets used up. Now, let's do swing. Wow. Okay. Princ. No, I can't do Prince. Well, there's a lot of letters I can't do. But it has to have an N in it. I was gonna do ounce, but there's no E. Mm. Hmm. Cunt. That's for cat. Poke? No, that requires E. Hmm. I was gonna do found, but that requires a D. Can't do flyer. What about Cant? No. You could do fancy. Ah, that's way better. Okay. So the N isn't here or here, so it could be N-A. I don't know where it goes like that. Who's to say it's not at the end? Cancer? No, you need an E and R. Nope. I'm gonna get real tired of this in a sec. Yeah. Exit. Let me play another game. That one was too much for me. For right now, at least. Oh, the Mini Mart one. I know this one. I'm pretty alright at this one. Yeah. Ugh, I've had a lot on my mind for a little while. Okay. This game was. Oh my god, that jump scared me. Don't do that. Okay. Tomatoes. I need to feed the chickens so they can produce eggs. Okay. This guy's stocking the wheat. I need tomatoes for the blenders. I kind of like being this busy. There. Because then it makes jam, but we also need tomatoes for the tomato stand. Oh man. This is like almost perfect stimulation. Not really though. There you go. There you go. That's perfect. Now I have a bunch of money piling up over here. Chicken's prepared. I have a ton of eggs. Too many. Oh, I need to shoot this in the wastebasket. I collect these. I'm gonna keep the chicken stocked. You can keep the chicken stocked without getting the eggs. Pretty cool. Gonna keep this wheat going here because then this guy will stock that. Tomatoes never go out of season. One of the wheat's there, tomatoes there. That's as many jars as we're gonna need. We have a guy moving the milk. Yeah. For now, we should be good. There's gonna be like a random order coming out. That's where we get a lot more money, but yeah, we're fine. Because we have a bunch of workers. We do not need that much. I'm gonna set more tomatoes up. See, the workers don't even know what to do. They're so unorganized. I don't know how to make the bread. I think we set up a bread machine with 500 bucks. I don't really want to do that though. The milk is completely stocked. Okay, 4 milks for... What the heck? Oh yeah, you have to get a stir from here. Okay, 4 milks. 4 jams. Wait, 4, not jams, tomatoes. There you go. I'll just wait here. Patiently. Flint and steel. And then I can just get it from the wheat from one of the plants. Yeah, right there. Oh, I did not need that. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. Nobody's taking the wheat. I'm gonna have to throw this out. You have plenty of time on these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there you go. Bingo. Awesome. Got a bunch of money from that. We do not need more wheat. The cow does not need more because we have enough. And right now I just collect freaking food. Or money, I mean. Something that's always in demand is tomatoes. Yeah, but we have a guy that's working on that. This is so stimulating. I need to... I need to get off this. I need to find like a more calm game. Archery World Tour. There you go. I can totally take this game more calm. I can be more chill because this game requires one hand only. Oh, that was pretty nice. Okay. That was a 9. 9. One more. Bingo. 9. Just barely made it. I don't believe I have much more to talk about right now. Not currently. What else? Oh, right, for Lent. I didn't talk about what I gave up for Lent. I didn't notice how long it had been since I made a Yap Sesh video, but I had given up, well, publicly I've given up sugar, but I have given up sugar. I've given up like excessive and artificial sugar, so I don't like, whenever I get Dutch Bros, I don't, I get artificial sweeteners instead of any sort of real sugar. And then when like, you know, I avoid sodas, I avoid any juice that isn't apple juice. And then what else? What are other ways that I avoid sugar? I don't eat ice cream really. If I do, I get like keto ice cream, which I haven't had any. Like, I haven't eaten any keto ice cream. I haven't bought any keto ice cream for myself. Well, the only times I've eaten keto ice cream is when my mom has brought it, or when I asked my girlfriend because she went to Walmart. There's a boycott on Walmart, but she was getting supplies for like her work. They needed markers or something, and they're like right across a Walmart. No, they're like down the block. No, I don't know. They're pretty close. Don't remember exactly their proximity, but the point is, like, they needed to go out and get some. So she was like, you know, I'll get something for. Whoa, that was 3 tens. I'll get something for him. And she knows that I haven't been eating sugar, so she asked if I wanted like some ice cream of some sort. She was like, I don't know, I want to have ice cream with you, because we both like ice cream. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. But you have to make it one of those like the easiest thing like to find with no sugar is like keto. And she was like, oh yeah, I think I see some right here. And then she ended up getting me this like salted caramel keto ice cream. It ended up being really good. I was so glad because I was like, whoa, because I was scared that it was low-key gonna be booty cheeks, but it wasn't. So I was really grateful. I'm off sugar. That was my main thing, that I'm off sugar. And then I gave up drinking and smoking because drinking and smoking are not good for you. But also they become like a super addictive habit. Like for example, when you have a pen for smoking, like it's super easy to literally just like rip that like for a while, for like a long time, and it becomes like a bad habit because you're like, oh, I'm not even that high, because you build a tolerance to weed the more you smoke it, and well, you know, you smoke more and more, and then you just end up damaging your lungs all in the name of trying to get the same high that you used to get, which is a pain in the nuts to get, by the way. Like the best highs that you can get are like the ones where you like wait forever to finally just do anything again, right? Those are the low tolerance ones. That's what's the best feeling. But so smoking, that hasn't been too bad of a temptation. The point of that is to create habits, to create like either habits of avoiding that, or make sure that you have more self-control. Damn. Make sure that you have more self-control over whatever you give up. And well, I like to have more self-control over smoking. That's something that I've struggled with for a while. Not like cigarettes, but like weed, like vape pens. So sugar. And recently I had developed a sort of drinking, I wouldn't call it a problem. I'd call it a problem. I was I was not in the best of conditions, and like I would come home with like a new bottle every other day, just like ready to pound it. And then there was days where it's like, oh, I'm only gonna drink like a shot and a half. Like I don't need that much right now. And then I would end up drinking like a whole little bottle, which would be like 7 or 8 shots. For some, I got like a tiny bottle one time. It ended up being like only 4.5 shots, but that was what kicked off my like habit again, because it was a little bottle that was so freaking cheap that I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get this and like rip it, and I'll just be like, I'll be fine. It's a little thing, I'll finish it anyway. But when I did, I was like, whoa, and I was just up, and I was just drunk. Like there was no rhyme or reason to it. I was literally just drunk, and that was when I like realized I was so awkward. I was like, whoa, I feel great, but like tomorrow I'm gonna feel so like shit, I bet. I did. Not like terrible, terrible, but I woke up and I was like, I don't know why I did that. It was just something to do. And that shouldn't be a reason for me to do that. So that's when I was like, I have a problem. And I knew I had an even bigger problem when I would like be on the way home from work, because there's a liquor store on the way home from work, and I was like driving past it, and I was like, oh my god, I really want to pull in there, just like get a bottle, but I couldn't. So drinking has definitely been the hardest vice to like turn away. I haven't drank. I haven't gotten drunk since Lent started, which has been. Let me see. When did Lent start? 2025. March 5th. It has been 26 days. 26 days since I got, no, 27 days, because I got drunk on Mardi Gras, the day right before Ash Wednesday. I had gotten, not super, no, I got really drunk. I had a tall Smirnoff can, like one of the Smirnoff punches. No, they're not punches. I don't know what you call them. Smirnoff Ice. They're super tall, and they're like, they hit harder than the normal Smirnoff. The normal Smirnoff is like 4.5%. This one is like 8%, I think. I don't know. I had the can around here somewhere, and then I threw it out. Well, I recycled it, but same thing. Yeah, I had finished one of those, and I had finished it on top of a Four Loko. So I had a Four Loko and that, but I warmed up to the Four Loko with the Smirnoff Ice tall can. And I will not lie that it was a really good combination that I like really miss. But if I keep thinking with that mentality, then I'll never fully be able to stay away from drinking. That's why lately I've been trying to I've been craving alcohol like a lot. Not craving alcohol, I've been craving getting drunk. I'm like, oh my god, I need a drink, or like I would love a drink right now. But, I just can't. It's just not something that I'm just not ready to. Damn, those are like right on the same spot. I cannot go back. Not because of Lent, but I just still want to have that self-control where I'm like, I'm not going to drink. And then I won't, right? But if I keep putting out like negative affirmations of like, oh, I need a drink, I want to drink so bad, I'm going to end up giving in. But I haven't given in to getting drunk yet. I had one shot, and that was on the camping trip. Oh my god, the camping trip. Okay. I'll give the camping trip, but I'm gonna have to give like aliases. Yeah, aliases. And then I'm gonna have to like not reveal too much about anybody. Because, for fun's sake. I'm gonna call this one character John. So John is the one who invited me on the trip, and he said that his friend, let's call him Ernesto. So Ernesto owns the place that we were going to, and John is good friends with Ernesto from like, they go way back. I'm not sure when they met or how they met, but John and Ernesto are like pretty decent friends. And John also works with this guy who is named Hubert. And Hubert's like a way older guy. He's like not our age at all. He's like 30, or he's like older than 30 for sure. Like I said, he's a pretty cool dude. He was in the Colombian. He served time in the Colombian army. I'm changing up a few of the details, but it's still relatively the same story. Just a background. Hubert, oh man, Hubert is, he served time, yeah, in the Colombian Army, right? And I forgot what the other guy's name is. Oh my god, I keep missing. Hubert. Ernesto. Hubert and Ernesto. Oh my god. That took me a minute. I am kind of tired right now. That's fine though. Okay. Ernesto is in his mid-20s and he earns livings through questionable sources. I will just leave it at that for now. And I don't know, he's not the greatest influence. He's not a guy that you would like really want to have your kids around. But, you know, it is what it is. Some people are just like that, you know, they live different lives. But he had made so much dough, so much cheddar, that he ended up purchasing a place out in like some mountains. I don't even know. Oh, that was nice. I don't even know what mountains we went to, but it was like a pretty long drive that we went on. And on the way there, he was telling us about how the people around are like pretty questionable individuals too. But they seemed pretty respectful if he was respectful. So we didn't have anything to worry about on the way there. But he's a big pothead, like a huge stoner. And on the way there, he rolled up like 2 blunts in the freaking truck. He was so prepared to ace those freaking things. Now, of course, allegedly, we never did anything. Allegedly. So allegedly, he had lit up in the back seat, and then allegedly was trying to show Hubert how to roll down the windows in the truck so that none of the smoke would like go to the front or, you know, go out the front window or anything. Because allegedly then a police would have pretty decent suspicion to like be like, hey, you guys are allegedly doing substances in there. And he allegedly could not be like, yo, get off our case, man. We weren't doing jack. Yeah, I'm not getting that shit. But yeah. Fast forward, on the way there, he rolled and lit up, allegedly, 2 blunts. But, you know, he kind of needs to because he's addicted. Yeah. Ernesto is an addicted male. But John also was totally tubular with everything that was going on. Oh wow, got that. And I mean, it's not like I was gonna narc and be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. I was gonna let people do what they want to do because, you know, we were going to Ernesto's land, and John, this is John's truck. John's freaking vehicle. Hubert just managed to be driving, and since I'm abstaining from any sort of like inhaling of anything that isn't natural air, I didn't need it. The trip was long. It was a pretty nice trip until we got to the place, and then we finally were able to. Well, it was around 5 o'clock where we were like, alright, we need to start setting up. We got like 2 hours of sunlight. And then our freaking, like, we realized that there was a person who was staying on the camp that we were going to, and we were like, holy moly, dude, this is, we are not, like, alone here. So Ernesto was like, holy moly, dude, I'm gonna call the freaking cops because this is like not cool. And Ernesto is a questionable individual. So we were like, why would he immediately think to call the cops? Interesting. Anyway, so we're like, yeah, you should totally call the cops and see what's up. But when the cops answered, they were like, oh, we're gonna be there in like 30 minutes. And we were like, well, that's like gonna be a minute, but I mean, I guess like it's fine. Well, we might be able to see if these guys are like staying here illegally or anything. And then they finally showed up like 30 minutes later because they were county police. They weren't like, oh yeah, we're here to take care of your problem kind of police. They were just sort of like, oh yeah, we're around the area. If you need us, call us. But we're probably gonna, if somebody shoots you, you're gonna die before we get here. But yeah, they showed up and they were like, oh yeah, dude, if this guy has like been living here, he has these things called squatters' rights, where if he lives here for like 3 months and you don't show up, he has like a claim to your land. Like he can totally just say that he owns your shit. And we were like, well, that is really dumb, but it doesn't sound like there's anything we can do. And he was like, yeah, there's nothing you can do unless you have already told this guy to like piss off. So we were like, well, we haven't done that, so what do we do? And he was like, well, just let me know. Let me know what's up with your if anything happens. And we were like, okay, we can totally do that. And so we started setting up and we were like, hopefully the guy who comes is just chill. But he had his trailer set up and he had like these solar panels there. And the solar panels that he had were connected to batteries on the inside, but he had these oh my god, how am I not getting this? He had these wires leading in through his windows to the battery that he had on the inside. And we were like, oh dude, this guy's thing is like open, but he might have cameras inside. So Ernesto was like paranoid. He was like, oh dude, apparently Ernesto had a bunch of things stored up in a shed, and when he had got there, the shed had been broken into, the padlock had been cut. So he was like, oh dude, this guy stole like a ton of my stuff. Like we totally have to like trash this place or like steal something back so that I get my money in return. And we were like, this sounds like it could not end well at all. Like this is sad. This just sounds like an awful idea. But I mean, yeah, one Hubert seemed like he was going along with it, but I was sort of interested. I was like, if this guy seriously has wronged you, then I mean, yeah, maybe this might be worth doing. But it doesn't sound like, it might not be this guy. So we ended up finding a piece of mail for him, and we were like, okay, this guy, we looked him up on Facebook, and it turns out that he was like this like chubby guy, and we were like, huh, okay, interesting. What do we make of this information? And what's his name? Ernesto was like, dude, we should totally like take all of his stuff because he was totally like stealing all my stuff. So we were like, I mean, I don't know if I'm down with the idea, but Hubert was like, we kind of need stuff because we had ended up forgetting like quite a bit of stuff that we were supposed to bring on the trip. So, yeah. They were busy trying to kind of get in, but me and John were like, oh dude, we should totally fucking set up our stuff instead of trying to get into this guy's stuff. And for a while we were kind of lollygagging. Not we as in me and John. Ernesto and Hubert were lollygagging, trying to figure out how to get in, how to break in, how to steal the stuff. And I was like, well, this is so questionable that I didn't want to be a part of it. So I wasn't for a while until they were like, hey, can you come help us figure out how to da-da-da? And I was like, well, in my professional opinion, I'm not one to hit a lick or anything, but if I were you, I would probably try to get one of the windows open and snatch this guy's stuff. And then, oh wow, oh my, I got all the stuff almost, pretty much. But then after that, I was like, I should probably go back and help John finish our stuff because that's like important stuff that we have is what we need. I don't think this is gonna be enough. Oh, it was. Yeah. So me and I go back and help John set up camps. But after a while, Ernesto figures out that you can shove Hubert through one of the open windows in the front because it is actually not that like thin. Like it's pretty wide. You can fit a grown man through there, and we were like, oh, okay, well, this is certainly a revelation to come to. So I was like, he ended up telling us before he did it, and I was like, doesn't sound like the greatest idea, but if that's what you're going with, I can't really stop you. I mean, if you really feel like getting revenge right now, go ahead. Might not be what you want, but go ahead. It's not like I allowed it, but I was indifferent to it. I was like, I know that this is just gonna happen, so might as well just like stand out of the way. I don't want to get in this guy's face. So they ended up getting in, and like he started finding a bunch of valuable stuff, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Allegedly, this would be stealing. And so he was like, allegedly, I'm gonna take all of this stuff, and I was like, whoa, allegedly, that's not, I know, not allegedly, not allegedly at all. This is not a good idea. And this guy just like was hell bent on his plan because he had allegedly had thought that this squatter, so we thought, had just taken a bunch of his stuff. So he was so hell bent and convinced. He was like, we're gonna take all of his stuff, and I wasn't on board, but I mean, I was like watching, and I was like, huh, this guy has a lot of, allegedly, I saw that this guy had a lot of things that we might need, and I was like, interesting. Well, these are things we can borrow. So allegedly, I had gotten the cast iron pan that he had on the freaking stove that he had in there in his recreational vehicle. Allegedly. I'm getting a little tired of saying that. So for this next section, everything that happened was alleged, and it all happened in a dream, in a video game, whatever you want to say. But yeah, so a lot of the things that were like deemed useful were packed up right away by allegedly Hubert, who was like, oh dude, we could use all this stuff, and I had kind of seen it and allegedly agreed. So me and him allegedly borrowed the trailer guy's lanterns, and we were like, whoa, we should probably we could set up stuff with this because the sun was quickly setting. So we're like, we can turn these lanterns on and then just end up using them for a little. And if this guy comes back, we totally give it back. So we had borrowed we borrowed the lanterns that this guy had, and then we borrowed allegedly a bunch of this guy's like fire starter because we needed to start a fire. We were like, oh, I don't know if the stuff we brought is gonna work as well as the stuff this guy brought, and he has an abundance of it. So we hit like the mother load. It was like over the hedge when they're like pickpocketing the lady's Hummer, and she like turns around and all of her stuff is gone. He had a lot of like useful stuff, so we were like, allegedly, we should use all this stuff. So we got like a few of the guys' flashlights. Oh, I completed the game. Oh. We got allegedly a few of this guy's flashlights, lanterns, the cast iron pan, fire starter stuff, and then like some chips. We were like, oh no, beef jerky. And we were like, whoa, allegedly this is all really cool. So we had finished setting up, and we had we had the campfire going, and we had our tents set up, and then we start hearing this like truck drive up, and we're like, whoa, oh shit, it might be the guy, and he's heading straight for this way. He's not slowing down any of the other exits for the campsites, and we were like, whoa, guys, we might be cooked. So Hubert and Ernesto had loaded up a ton of the guy's personal stuff into bags and allegedly started putting the bags inside of John's truck, and we were like, oh my god, dude, are we allegedly gonna take all of this guy's stuff? And he was like, hell yeah, dude, the guy like took all of my stuff. And I was like, this is a bad idea. So do with that information what you will. But I'm gonna return this guy's stuff. So I start like getting a bunch of the bags and allegedly returning them. Well, not allegedly, I was returning them. And this guy pulls up and he goes, hey, what are you guys doing here? And Ernesto goes, hey man, you're on my fucking property. You're like hella wrong here. You're supposed to get off. And I turned to John and I'm like, does this guy have anything to like prove that? Oh, hold on. Does this guy have anything to like prove that he owns? To prove that he owns the land that we're like standing on right now? And he was like, dude, he doesn't even have the deed on him right now. And I was like, oh fuck, we're cooked, man. But I guess he stood his ground pretty well because the guy was pretty convinced. This was his land that we were. This was Ernesto's land that we were on, indeed. But me and John were like getting kind of worried because this guy sounded really like chill. He sounded oddly relaxed, and we were like, okay, what's this guy gonna do? Because he sounds way too calm for what we think was gonna happen anyway. So. Oh, I died. Wait. Right. So Ernesto had talked the guy into realizing that he was on not his own land. Originally, we had thought that this guy was getting scammed because he mentioned that he did pay for the property. We were like, whoa. Actually, I mean, this is like my property, so I don't know if you got the real deal. So the guy politely was like, yeah, this is my land. And we were like, no, it's not. So then Ernesto had to show this guy. He was like, yeah, you're not really on your land, you're on my land. And then the guy was very polite about it. He was like, oh, I didn't know that, I'm sorry. So Ernesto started explaining we were totally going to steal like all of your stuff. And the guy was like, yeah, no, I mean, no, I understand. Totally would have happened. Like, I totally would have done that. I don't think he would have, but I mean, you never know. And he was really calm about it, but I felt really bad. I was like, oh my god, this guy is like really nice. And he had turned out to be like a nurse who was getting off 12-hour shifts. So we were like, we're letting this happen, and this was evil. Like, what the heck? But yeah, we gave all that guy's stuff back, and he offered to even get us like contraband items, allegedly. And obviously some of us turned it down, but others were like, nah man, slide that over. And he ended up agreeing to do so. But the reason he was out there is because he was trying to get space to begin a Pablo Escobar type of empire. And we were like, huh, interesting, we would not have taken you to be the guy to do that. And he was like, ha ha ha, like he was laughing. But I think it was because there was just like 4 guys there to his 1. Yeah. So he was a pretty cool guy. He was only there for like a little bit before he like went to bed. But when he did, he was pretty calm about everything. Yeah, super calm. Super calm. But yeah, that camping trip from then on out was pretty freaking smooth. After that, we went hiking the next day after a very cold night's rest. And then the second day when we went to bed, we were like, oh, we should totally have a fire going at night. And John was like, oh, I can set that up, I can do that. So we did, we had a fire going the night time. And John would have to get up like every so often to put more fire in. But, I mean, I was kind of fine with that. No, I'm probably only saying that because I had the warmth of the fire pretty close to the tent that we were at, but I don't know, I just felt strange because he was getting up and getting up and getting up, and I felt bad. I was like, you know how to do this, you know, I'd get up for the next turn. He was like, I don't know if he'll get up. So he tried to wake me up for the next turn, and I didn't want to get up, so he kept having to do it. He ended up being right, but I mean, I totally would have slept cold for the team if it meant he got some good rest. Boom. There you go. Got him. Oh yeah, the second day we went on a hike. Tried to go fishing, but there was no fish. Originally the trip was supposed to be a hunting trip, but there was nothing to hunt, sadly. So it ended up being a hiking trip. Awesome. That was like almost a direct hit. And I don't know, I got way closer to my spirituality on that trip because of how, I don't know, the way things kind of just sort of ended up being alright. I ended up losing my gun on the second day, early on, and then at the end of the second day, like right before the sunset, Hubert had found it somewhere I had never even thought of looking, and that kind of just reinforced the idea that everything was going to be okay and that everything turned out fine. So I'd learned to trust a little more and have a little more faith in God after that, which was really, really nice. I'm getting really, really tired though. It's like an hour and 8 minutes. I feel like this is kind of just a short little journal log of what's up and just me playing YouTube Shorts games. But it's been really nice. Don't think, I would not regret literally just posting an hour, like just one, of me playing something and talking, because this has been like a pretty therapeutic kind of just get it all out kind of day, where, I mean, it's April Fool's tomorrow, so I don't know if this upload will be taken seriously. No, I'm sure it will. I never do like a April Fool's post or anything like that, so yeah. I think I'm gonna call it here though. It's very nice to sort of just get things out and talk. I haven't had much to yap about, but when I do have something to yap about, I'll totally turn it on. Today's Yap Sesh was about me and how I'm doing emotionally and stuff lately. But the next one could be about like, I don't know, anything. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Love you. Good night.